The big sequence, the two plays that really changed the game when the Saints were in control with the Buccaneers late in the fourth quarter, or I'm sorry, late in the third quarter, heading into the fourth quarter. So the Buccaneers were playing a lot of single high, some two man, but mainly cover one, and a lot. They were starting out in zone for the game, but then they went into a lot of man to man, and it was working, so they stayed that way. And a lot of times they were playing three safeties, one up high, one on a tight end like this right here, Winfield's on the tight end, and then one right in here where these linebackers are with a linebacker, then a safety, and that safety could move around, jump back in coverage, or blitz. And it was a three safety situation. It was great. This is a little different because it's 3rd and 2 short yardage. You have 3 linemen and 2 linebackers, 2 defensive end linebacker types. Normally, you take one of those linemen out on a 3rd and long, have 2 linemen and then 2 guys, edge rushers, so that you put a safety in there and he can move around. So, but this is 3rd and 2, so you have a full complement up here in case they run it. And then you have man on man like they've been doing pretty much after the beginning of the game, and 1 safety deep. And that's all this is. We let it run. Breeze did the right thing. He can read defense. This is a rub route. He knew this was coming. He knew this guy would probably get open against man. This is what they call man beater because it beats man-to-man coverage. The man was beat. That's Winfield right there, Winfield Jr., the rookie, who's had a great year. But not a real great pick there by that receiver. He was able to get through that, but still he was beat. Breeze throws it on time and on target. Catch is made, first down. Okay? And then look at this play. He's getting ready to do the punch. Bam! There it is. Ball's out. Bounces right to Devin White. Before we say that's luck, he's a very athletic linebacker. He was right on target. This guy's on the ball too, the safety, Whitehead. And so great pursuit to the ball. And yes, a lucky bounce, but athleticism. And part of the luck is you make your own luck. Great attitude, fired up. Bowles gives these guys an aggressive, fun defense to play, and they're always fired up and running at the ball. So you make your breaks. Bounces right to him, but a great athletic move. He's on the run. And this play pretty much turned the game around. I thought both teams were a little flat at this point. I thought the whole game was flat in general, but definitely the Saints were in control, had a touchdown, were driving again, and were definitely in control. And that, to me, boom. The Tampa Bay had a ton of energy at that point. Got a touchdown. Drove down the field again, as you can see here, and got a field goal. Was up by 3 now. And now the Saints are feeling desperate. They're trying to drive back the other way to try to get this game back on target where they were at before. And this is to me, the next biggest play and the big play that kind of almost didn't seal it, but this pretty much sealed the deal. They had one more interception after this, but why I want to show this is how even though Todd Bowles was running a lot of man at the end there, sometimes with the safety, 3 safeties, sometimes 2 safeties, sometimes cover 2, sometimes cover 1. He's still mixing, but it's mainly man-to-man. Suddenly here on a 2nd and 8, he goes into zone. You got 4 men, only 4 men across here, okay? And you have a nickel back here. And actually their safety went out of the game. You can't see the 2 safeties. They're both deep, so it's a 2 deep safety. But one of the cornerbacks, Bunting, went back to safety to replace the injured safety, Whitehead, you just saw. He went out of the game. They had to bring in another cornerback, this guy, Cockrell. He's here. You got a linebacker here, linebacker there, cornerback, nickel back, 2 safeties back here. Pretty standard stuff, but the trick is they go into zone. Look at this. Boom. Now, he looks like he's man, but he was actually ready to go into the zone. These guys are on the zone. You can see as this plays out. See? Lamont David, the linebacker, lets that guy go. We can play that out more. That's the play before. See? These guys are all letting their guy go. He's letting him, Cockrell, go. He's supposed to be in zone here, but there's nobody around, so he ends up chasing that player. See there? He'll start to chase him. Lamont David on the other outside's in the zone, and here's the guy who makes the interception, White. He's in a deep zone. He goes for him. He moves back into the zone. I think Breeze thought he was following this tight end right here. Look at this again. There's that tight end right there. See? And he's doing a down and in. He just came down and crossed in, and White would maybe take him man-to-man. They were doing man so much of the game. Suddenly they're just in zone. He lets him go. The 2 safeties come up on him. So this is almost in a cover 2. I think this is a cover. I think this is a quarters. This is quarters, which the two safeties have the middle here, and the two cornerbacks are going back deep. So I'm pretty sure that was a quarters, not a cover two. So even that's a little tricky. But suddenly they're in zone. The White comes off that guy, comes over here. Great execution by him. David was already moving over, but he's a little late. But White's there. This guy's supposed to be over here, but because there's no one over here, he kind of followed this guy across. And boom, interception. Kamara goes, oh no. You see Kamara? No, he's looking up to the sky because he can see what's going on, but he's a receiver and he's right there. It's easier for him. Breeze is looking around real quick and making fast decisions, plus feeling pressure. That suddenly they had a 2013 lead, we're in control, and now this shit show's happening. And he's trying, and they got some pressure up front on a 4-man rush, and he just releases the ball. He just made a mistake. This guy was getting over there. He saw the safeties were over in the middle over here, thinking he's good to go. No safeties over here, but that was a mistake. White goes over and picks it off. So later in the game, they made one more interception because they went back to man-to-man again. And it wasn't that Breeze didn't know they were in man-to-man, but again, it's just mixing it up by Bulls, and then Breeze feeling the real pressure at that point because this guy returns this. They get another touchdown. Now they're in a lot of trouble. You can see it's 7 minutes left in the fourth. And then Breeze kind of forced it. He forced it, and even that could have been a completion. It was a jump ball kind of, and it got tipped up in the air. And then again, at this point, Tampa Bay's so excited. A lot of this was just energy. I mean, look at White here blasting this guy off the. Look at that, blasting guys around. Watch when he gets tapped. Look how fired up he is right here. Look at that. I mean, they're so fired up at this point. So that came from that fumble before the punch out. But then that little play there sealed the deal. Again, Bulls is tricky. And the big thing about all this, and I'm alluding to, is the energy it creates. The energy. That's why that ball was. That's why the big punch. He got beat. Winfield got beat on the play. Makes a big punch. Ball bounces right to White. White runs it back. So the end result is more about energy than anything else. You can't trick people with scheme all day long. But when you have a great scheme and the concept and the idea is aggression and mixing at all times and not being over aggressive, not showing your hand and doing the same aggression over and over, mixing it around, and the players love it. And you keep it simple for you guys. It's hard to do, but Bulls does it incredible, and the guys are excited, and it's all about the energy in the end. What it looks like up front is trickery, passive aggressive stuff, I like to say, deception, whatever. Yeah, and that's fun stuff to talk about, but it's fun. It keeps hearing me say fun. That's what it's all about. It gets everyone excited. And then, hey, energy wins over anything. So that's the big thing.